What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio shouting. As always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing. The original hot boy himself, Thique. What's good with it, Thique?
What it do, what it is. You already know
Thique,
what it is.
Man, we got a superstar in this thing, a super producer / artist, all of the above, a flat out entertainer. I see you got the visor on.
Yeah.
I see you got the visor on.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Ivory Scott. What's good with it, boss?
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome.
I mean, feeling good, feeling great. Now, I mean, Ivory, let's get straight to it. Just like me, Eric Bellinger, man. Y'all went in that thing and went crazy.
Yeah, man.
Break that banger down to me, boss.
Definitely a movie actually produced by OG Parker and Hitmaker. So, you know, we got a lot of hits together. It was actually a song that we was like shooting for another artist. And when I came out the booth, Hitmaker was like, nah, we got to keep this for you. And we've been holding on to this record for like 2 years, to be honest with you.
Oh, my God.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's the present time right now.
Okay, I mean, with you being about to drop this EP, man, I mean, what do we need to be expecting from this thing, sir?
Everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a songwriter, I write in multi-genres, you know what I'm saying? All the way from pop to hip-hop. So, like, you know, it's going to be a good blend of all energies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, any experience that you need with this project, it's going to be able to give it to you.
Exactly. Now, coming out of Chicago with it, though, man,
Yeah,
what was that like? Coming out of the south side of Chicago, now, it wasn't as dangerous as they make it out to be.
As seen on TV.
Yeah.
How did he navigate through that thing?
Exactly, man.
I mean, you know, like coming up, like my brothers, you know what I'm saying, were heavy in the streets and shit like that. So, you know, a lot of times, like when you coming up and you got those big brothers, they can help you keep you out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? They got into all the trouble for me.
Yeah.
So it's like when you from it and you a part of it, it ain't as scary as it is when you not. So
Well, you ain't no little brother, you goddamn self, though, Ivory.
so-
I think you was chasing a few niggas around there.
Yeah, it was like. But I love my city though. It's a great city.
Exactly.
For sure.
I mean, moving down here to the A with it, though, man. What was it like transitioning from the Midwest to the South?
I ain't have to buy that many coats. That's
Come
for
on.
sure. You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
cold as hell in Chicago, but you know, since a lot of good energy and you know, Atlanta changed my life. So
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? It put me where I am now.
When you touched down in the city, though, man, I mean, how did the A-Town change your life?
So when I came out here, I lived in LA for like 2 years. I lived in LA, but I moved from Chicago to LA chasing music. You know what I'm saying? I lived in my car for like 9 months, just chasing. And then a producer named Jamie Deere actually brought me to Atlanta and was like, yo, it's a lot more opportunity out here for you.
Yeah.
I ended up meeting Ray Daniels. Ray Daniels
What
ended
up,
up,
though, Ray?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
ended up getting me signed to a pub deal with Mike Karen.
What?
And that's how like my whole like songwriting producer career kind of started. So
Yeah.
shit, I got Atlanta to thank for that, for real.
See, a lot of people think just moving to Atlanta is the remedy to success. Like, I just heard you say you slept in your car for like 9 months.
Nah, for sure.
Like, what was the transitioning from you sleeping in your car to moving in Atlanta to becoming this mega person that you are today?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, anything that's worth anything is gonna take struggle. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through anything. If it's easy to get it, you know what I'm saying, then anybody can have it. So like basically like me transitioning from, you know, being homeless, it was all sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? But it was a journey. Like a lot of times, like I'm introducing myself right now, but I've been at this, you know what I'm saying? I done wrote songs for people from Madonna, Beyonce. I mean, the credits is crazy, but like it took a lot of like climbing to get to this point right now where we talking today.
So keeping that on a hush, Madonna and Beyonce. Like back in the days, you couldn't say that almost, you know.
Yeah.
So what gives you the comfortability
It's a lot of
to be able to
situations like
speak
that
on
still
it now? You know, to say that I have wrote for them, I have wrote for that. Did you get tired of not getting the credit?
Nah, I mean, I feel like, you know, everything has its own time. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was working on the projects, I wasn't like, yo, I wrote this for Dirk, or I did this for, you know what I'm saying? I give the artist their shine. You know, I said the other day in an interview, like, you know what I'm saying? You have to get out the way of the artist's creativeness. You know what I'm saying? Just be inspiration. So I always like try to strive for that. So that's why it's easy for me to say, yeah, when I say I wrote this for an artist, that means we did it together. You know what I'm saying? This era is a lot different than probably back then when collaboration was like frowned upon. Like, you know, but this is the world of collaborations. You'll have 10 producers on one song. You know what I'm saying? You'll have 5 writers on one song. So it's like, it's the era of collaboration. We all working together. You know, it take us all to do it. You feel me?
Exactly. Now, when it comes to working with Beyonce, when you came with that Thique, man, I mean, how did that banger come about, and what was it? How did that whole placement situation happen, sir?
Man, honestly, like, you know, when you sign to a good publisher like APG, they'll get you in a lot of good rooms. You know what I'm saying? So like I always say, like the grassroots is like getting to the producer. You know what I'm saying? You got to tap in with the producers as a songwriter in order to get success. But man, I was in LA at the studio, and they sent me, a beat, just saying like, yo, Beyonce love this beat. Yeah. I said then, a reference to Thique, and like everything rest is just kind of like history.
So when you get that Beyonce,
come on now,
I'm quite sure you're a fan. Like sure. How do you approach a Beyonce record? Like, are you nervous, or it's just like any other approach?
I feel like the first 10 seconds of anything, you're nervous. You know what I'm saying? But then once you realize who you are and you recognize your own greatness, you can see you're worthy to stand next to the greats.
That's right.
So I just always kind of like felt like I belonged, in those kind of environments, because I've sharpened my sword so long.
I want to know about, cause I see you and did some with my little bro, Lil Wayne. Like,
okay,
what speak on that?
Man, that actually came along with a influencer, social influencer, KSI. He's like super big over in the UK. He's like Justin Bieber of the UK. Okay. But it's actually a song called Lose with him and Wayne. So I ain't do none of Wayne parts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I did all the rest of KSI parts though.
Okay.
I mean, being an instrumentalist at the same damn time though, man. How does that affect your production versus everybody else saying, let me get on this Fruit Loops, keep it moving, man?
I feel like, when you can play instruments, you know all the wrong notes. So it's like, I can hear when some shit is wrong or something's off. That kind of gives you an up, you know what I'm saying? When you understand music theory and things like that. For real.
Yeah.
So working with like a Lil Baby, I didn't been in the studio with Lil Baby, and I seen he like to punch in, punch out just like everybody else. Like, how do you do a record with a person like that?
I mean, it's kind of like the same way. Like I said before, I'm inspiration. You know what I'm saying? I'm a shapeshifter when I go in the booth. Like, I might go in and work on a song with Ed Sheeran. I might pull out a guitar and come up with chords. Whereas if I'm working with a rapper, it's like I go in the booth. When we did Baddest for Young Blue, literally the first thing that came out of my mouth was a hook to Chris Brown singing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to kind of learn how to be a shapeshifter. You know what I'm saying? When you can be in any room. Some people might not be comfortable with using a microphone in the room. Maybe they want to be in a booth, or you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to adapt. You know what I'm saying? That's how you win. You know what I'm saying? So no matter if it's Lil Baby or whoever it is, like, you have to be able to shift into the environment.
This is what I want to know.
Come on.
Being that I'm a legend in hip hop.
For sure.
And I have been off the scene for a minute. What would be your approach to take a legend from the legendary group, the Hot Boys, and make them a A-list artist with your skills today?
Right.
Damn, that's a good one, nigga.
Man, listen, a hit record would change. Man, I could change the life of this hat with a hit record. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one ever even heard about Fireboy before I wrote Peru. You know what I'm saying? Like, a hit record could change the dynamic of everything. I always like to, say this a lot. Like, I don't chase the big artists. You know what I'm saying? I make the big records that make the big artists. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I can do that, man, shit, we can get something done. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, answer me this.
Might have to change the name a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? My brother Hitmaker, he really like changed, like, he had to become, you know what I'm saying?
Iceberg, Hitmaker.
Yeah, he had to transition into, sometimes people would attach your demons to your name. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a whole new era, Exactly. Somebody might not even heard of you.
My new manager, y'all.
For sure. I got you. I already got the record, too.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, Ivory, see, this is what I need to know, man. Did you save all the heat for just your damn EP, or did you give somebody else some heat? You see what I'm saying?
Man, it's as easy as turning on a water faucet, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I write 10 songs a day, man. Like, my catalog is crazy. So it's like, I can never be like, man, I wish I didn't get this song to Chris Brown, or I wish I didn't, because I'm forever creating, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff that's special for me, like I said in the beginning, like my shit is a combination of all those different things. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, like, even though like this record, Just Like Me, my single out with with Eric Bellinger, it's like R&B. I got a song on my project with Sukiyana, which is like some super, super trap shit. So it's like, the balance is crazy.
With that being said, then what are the songs that when you recorded them things or you produced them things, you said, oh my God, I done did it damn again.
Man, every morning, honestly. Shit, man. I feel
Fuck you mean.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when I did the record for Trippie Redd, I was in my condo in Buckhead, and dude, I was jumping on the couch tearing my house up, I could feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you making something, you capturing the energy, and that shit gonna translate, you know what I'm saying, to the world. So like, man, listen.
Yeah.
When you know, you know.
Come on now.
See, this the thing. Like a lot of people think like creating a hit record, you have to have a machine. You know, how do a machine and creating a hit record go together?
I feel like you have to, like, you got to touch people. You know what I'm saying? You can make something great in your bathroom and nobody hear it. So you need the machine to be able to push it to the next level. But the record got to hold its own. Like, I could get my record out to all the DSPs. I could get a lot of ears on it. But if it ain't saying shit, if it ain't something that's going to gravitate to people, it's going to be air in the room. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Who has been your favorite artist to work with so far, man?
That's tough. Besides myself, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I met a lot of good spirits, you know what I'm saying, in this business, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, like, I love working with the producers, you know what I'm saying? The artists are great, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got no complaints, you know what I'm saying? Working with P&B Rock, you know what I'm saying? RP, bro, like, for real, like, he was a magic spirit, you know what I'm saying? Working with Tusi, you know, these are great people, you know what I'm saying? I love being in the room with great people. But shit, the producers, man, they hold all the trophies, man, for me. For real.
Hey, you know, it's a lot different, man, from how back in the days, you know, people used to be like embarrassed to say somebody done wrote for them. You know, how do the artists approach it today? Like, are they still having that shame? Like, man, look, you know.
I think it's, you know what I'm saying, I think it's select. You know, so some artists, you know what I'm saying, that I might have worked on songs for still might kind of be like, you know what I'm saying, about it. But then you have other artists that are like, you know, they want to champion, you know what I'm saying, the creative process. So it's like, it just comes, you know, with different spirits. Like, it depends, like, who the person is. But I do think that it's becoming more of a sought after thing, you know what I'm saying? You want to stick around forever, man, you get you a songwriter. Some of the greatest artists in the world have songwriters.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, you look at Michael Jackson's credits, you don't see, you know, you're going to see 10 writers, you know what I'm saying, on songs that he has. So it's like, hey, man, it's a collaborative world, man. You got to get with it, you know what I'm saying, or get out the way.
Exactly.
Going from sleeping in the car to being iced out and dripped out, sir. I mean, talk to me about that change. What was that like when you went from sleeping in your damn car to having some things?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't never looked like I ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? One thing I always knew is you got to look the part to be in the room. You know what I'm saying? You got to look what you want to look like to be in the rooms that you want to be in.
That's right.
So even when I was sleeping in my car, you know what I'm saying, I was still clean as hell. I still knew how to put it on out the Goodwill. So, like, ain't nothing changed. I'm just the same, you know what I'm saying? I'm just the same nigga with a bigger bag.
But your mindset, though, man, you ain't no little nigga getting in no damn car, okay? You a grown behind man passed out of that car. So, I mean, when you were able to say, all right, let me park this thing and go and relax, I mean, what was that like for you?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was sleeping in my car, like, you know what I'm saying? It was times where I felt people breaking in my car. Shit, I done went into a female's crib, car done got stolen, like, with everything I owned in it. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a tough struggle. I had a studio set up in my car, you know what I'm saying? I was working in there, so it's like, I ain't never, like, I've been in way worse environments coming up in Iraq, and it's like, hey, man, you got to get what you get.
It's a humbling situation.
For real.
So how do you keep the humility, man? Like, with success, like, some people let it go to their heads, you know, and like to look down on people. Like, how do you stay from being that way?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like who you are is the same as who you gonna be when you have it. So I've always kind of had that energy, and I keep good energy around me. You know what I'm saying? You're a representation of your surroundings. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I've always kept good energy around me, man, and I always touch my people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go back home, I touch my people, you know what I'm saying? So that my people can know, you know what I'm saying, to see the growth. It's for us, it ain't for me.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's my perspective on that, for real.
What are you enjoying the most about the game right now, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was loving, you know, being low key, being behind the scenes, you know, making a lot of money, and just, you know, nobody know who the hell you are. You know what I'm saying? You got the biggest records on the radio, but like, you know, that was the part that I really enjoyed. But I know that's changing because now, you know, I gotta pop out. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be social. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a different world for me. For real.
What was the first record that hit for you?
It was kind of like a lot of songs happened at the same time.
Damn.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I had a bunch of stuff going on, like, right at the same time, like, between the years of, like, 2020, and now like it's just kind of been like consistent. You know what I'm saying? Peru did well, Baddest did well, Rich Motherfucker did well. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, I wrote on Space Jam soundtrack. Like it's been, you know what I'm saying? It's been cool.
So what are your, like, I don't like to say fear, but if you had to say fear, what do you fear the most being, you know, in the position that you're in right now?
Oh man, I feel you. Like, I don't know about fear though, man. Like, honestly, like, only thing that could stop me from being the best version of myself is my gifts being taken away from me, and it can only be done by God. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't really have no fear. Like, I'm moving in faith. You know what I'm saying? It take a man of faith to sit in the car and believe a dream. You know what I'm saying? I could have went back home and stayed with my moms, but I decided to stay. You know what I'm saying? When I came to Atlanta, it wasn't great. It wasn't like I'm in Atlanta, I'm on top. You know, there's been struggles. You know what I'm saying? I was a construction worker. Shit, I helped build Hanover buildings right down here. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, I'm humbled by that. You know what I'm saying? Alone, for real, for real.
So any like documentaries about all of that you telling us about coming in the works?
No, the documentary is definitely coming. We already building content for that. You know what I'm saying? I got a story to be told. You know what I'm saying? It should get way deeper. You know what I'm saying? The music itself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Ho said, first I had the ear, now I had a heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like it's gonna get to a point where, you know, people gonna fall in love with the person Ivory Scott, because it's just a different being.
Exactly.
What advice do you got for the next artist coming out of Chicago trying to figure out what to do with their life, man?
Man, I wrote 10 songs a day. I write 10 songs a day. You got to work. You got to outwork the opposition. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get what you want. And you can't accept no. You know what I'm saying? I used to work for this company where we used to like walk around with boxes. You probably seen these dudes, and used to sell like little cheap shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I learned from that is you got to go and you got to get your nose out the way. You know what I'm saying? You got to knock on these doors and get all your nose out the way, because you only need one yes.
That's right.
So, you know, you got to keep striving, man. Keep, you know what I'm saying, going to get what you want.
Never stop, man.
For real.
Exactly.
For real.
I mean, with that being said, what is your favorite time, though, in the game where you can say, you know what, I've been in the game from 2020 to 2023 doing my thing, but this day just so happened to be a damn good day for me.
I ain't gonna lie. Christmas of 21, the my Ed Sheeran song went #1 on Christmas.
Oh.
And I was like, damn. And it was crazy because at the time, like, ain't nobody give me shit for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when that song went #1, that shit was magic for me. I feel like, you know, God was like, Merry Christmas, nigga.
Yeah.
What does it mean when a song goes #1 to a producer or to an artist? What does that mean for
Time
somebody?
to call a jeweler.
You damn right.
For real.
Okay, now I'm definitely digging that, man.
So how often are you thinking about signing any artist from your hometown?
Man, honestly, like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like coming out as an artist is going to give me more of a platform to be able to change more people's lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people be trying to sign people just to have people under them, but I want to be able to put people in position for real.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So when I get in that position, then I start thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? Because I won't, you know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of times where people might have brought me under their wing and they weren't ready, you know what I'm saying? And wasted my time. So like, when I get in a position where I ain't wasting nobody's time and I do have time to really put into it and I really believe in something, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm gonna wrap my arms around it.
Okay, as a producer and a creator, where do you see the future of this game going, man? A lot of folks are saying that it's about to turn into an Afrobeat game in this thing. Man, how do you feel?
Man, Afrobeat is I ain't gonna lie, I love Afrobeat music. One of my biggest songs is Afrobeat hit. But I'm
so sick of your shit, Ivory. But
I love Afrobeat music, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like the women are having like a crazy shine right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like the era for them, you know what I'm saying, to be queens and continue to take music to a different level. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna forever change. Anything that's staying the same is boring, man. We need something new and different all the time. Like, for real. So
who are some of the influences that have influenced your career?
Man, Ye, you know what I'm saying? Ye grew up on a couple blocks up the street, you know what I'm saying? From what, so he was the big homie, you know what I'm saying? So like Ye, shit, R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was a great piece to R&B, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, you know what I'm saying, what he did in his personal life, but he, you know what I'm saying, he made some hits, you know what I'm saying? And I always felt like he had the ability to change with the eras. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most of the time, like when people get washed, it's because they too focused on what was good back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep locking in with the next
Reinvent,
wave,
yeah.
keep reinventing yourself. And I feel like R. Kelly was like a start that like he was always able to create himself for the next era. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I love all types of music, honestly, man. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Sometimes your fans will try to keep you in that box, and it's funny how you say that. They'll be like, "Nah, we want the old, we want the old, we
Yeah.
want the old." So how do you navigate from pleasing your fans to recreating yourself with what's going on now?
Yeah, I feel like Kanye did it best because, like you said, like people that are your fans, they want the old you.
Yeah.
But they are already your fans, right? You need new fans.
Exactly.
Right? Those new fans are going to like the fashion side about you, that techno side about you. It's about getting the mass fans. So people always going to want the old version of you. People still want the old Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People still want the old Wayne. Those are those fans. But what about those other guys, you know what I'm saying, that want something different from you? So you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to spread yourself out.
I can definitely dig that. Now, lastly, man, I mean, what do you want your fans to know in this thing? And is there anything that you want to just get off your chest? And how can folks contact you?
I definitely want to get some off my chest, you know
Come
what I'm
on with
saying?
it.
Just like me, my single out right now with my brother Eric Bellinger. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Crazy special record.
Yeah.
If you ain't streamed it already, get it now. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Ivory Scott. Again, my single, Just Like Me, on all platforms.
So
Stream that.
Who produced that record?
OG Parker, Romano, and Hitmaker.
Okay. So
Yeah.
any features that we can be expecting? on the
Yeah.
project?
I got my brother Ty Dolla $ign on there. Queen Nigel, which is like my favorite
What up,
record.
though, Najee?
You know what I'm saying? We got oh my gosh, this is one of them. Of course, I told you about Sukiana.
Su.
I got Thique from the town on there.
Okay.
And a couple more I ain't gonna talk about, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's finna be a movie.
Nigga, I can dig it.
It's
We
finna be a
looking for
movie.
this thing.
It's gonna
We
be
gonna be
thick.
looking for it,
It's
my
gonna be
dog.
thick, man.
Exactly.
Already.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you,
you
man.
coming through this
For
thing.
sure, man.
Wish you nothing but the best and much success.
Man, thank you for having me.
Radio, shout it, Ivory Scott, Hot Boy Turk. I'll let y'all in a minute, man.
Yeah.
We gone.